think about it.
You will notice, Brenna, that Eleanor is only has shifted her aesthetic,
Uh
and
huh.
she's only wearing black.
That makes sense. They were married at one point. She's not gonna cry. She can. She's a smart enough girl. I will have you all know that we have received amounts of IP, and Brenna's empathy has gone from 3 to 4 here at the end of this
Oh,
campaign. So she picks up on a little bit more than she used to. Not a lot more, but a little bit more. Um, so she's not gonna cry. I think she would. She still has a lot of physical energy because we've been on the run for so long. I think she would be up early every morning, like just
Mhm.
out in the courtyard, murdering some dummies, like 2 bits.
So once you are healed, Kadarn, I'm pretty sure you can
And
see.
she'd go visit Kadarn.
And can I just set this scene? I'm gonna set this
Oh,
scene.
please, sure.
Um, Kadarn, because they're in the smaller inner bailey, is a nice training yard,
Mm-hmm.
and which but you can observe it from there's the
the
higher
railing on this. Yeah.
the palisade, and you can look down into this inner bailey and walk down a couple of steps and around to the inner and there's a battlement around the inner bailey itself that you can watch, and we just see, I think, Kadarn watching Brenna at the height of one of these battlements, and the camera pans down to Brenna, just that perfect moment of sun glistening. You know, like, it's that line that you say in the South, women don't sweat, they glisten.
Mm-hmm.
Brenna doesn't sweat, she glistens. Um, and you just see this another strike, and Brenna, you
Yeah, all these dummies
decapitate,
have like pieces of paper on their face with like names on them.
and you
Like to
decapitate.
just say Bruxa, and just says Elazor, and has like they all have like terrible faces drawn. Uh, Wild thornberries, and then she just like they don't last very long, but you can make out what the pieces of paper say. Um, she just goes through at her forms basically of murder, um, almost like a ritual. Like she's done it 1,000 times. This exact sequence of murdering like 5 dummies or something.
So what does Kadarn do?
Um.
One of them has Eridan's helmet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kadarn's stuff is all packed, so he's going to walk down to the courtyard after watching Brenna.
There's no more dummies to hit, so she's probably just like leaning on the sword.
You really told those dummies.
Oh, I don't think she heard Kadarn. She was just too busy basking in dummy slaughter. Um, yeah, that's the point. You gotta can't let them think too much of themselves.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want, dummies with ideas.
No, that'd be terrible.
That would be a
Uh,
dummy idea.
yeah. How's the sepsis going?
Sepsis is gone.
Good. So soon. Artso's a great doctor.
Arzo.
Yep. Well, you
Um,
lived. We lived. We all lived, actually.
Yeah, extraordinarily.
Surprisingly.
So, I guess that means I have to ask you a question.
All right. She's like, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Like, mentally.
So, what now?
That is a question. I
Mhm.
really hadn't thought this far ahead, mostly due to because I thought we were all going to die with
I also
all
thought
of
we
that.
were all going
Yeah,
to die.
yeah. Um, I suppose that depends on a few things.
I'm listening.
Okay. Well, I guess, do you have any, like, prior obligations? Is there anything on your schedule? Are you scheduled for anything? Um,
No. Um,
I don't know your life.
I've been laying in bed here for the past week.
Yeah. I just didn't know if you, like, had, like, oh yeah, in 3 months from now I've got this graduation to go to, or like a wedding, or I have
Oh,
to
I guess
write
at some
another
point.
book.
At some point, I'll have to rebuild Banar.
You have to what?
Sorry.
Oh!
Someone was being annoying.
Restrained myself, you're welcome.
Yeah. At some point, I'll have to rebuild Banar.
No, at some point, yeah. It's a bit of a mess. You gonna, like, keep it in the same spot or elsewhere?
We'll see. It depends on what's going to happen.
It's fair. I suppose there's a lot to do with that if you're taking that responsibility.
Speaking of responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
yours normally is to this castle and to Gavril. So what happens with them?
Technically my main responsibility is as a witcher, and I need to not avoid going back this winter if I've learned anything from all of this. Should probably go there sooner, actually. File a report. A very, very long, unfortunate report. Probably won't be thrilled about certain things. They weren't exactly on bad terms with Alzor. But
Well, that's
I've actually
their
stayed.
loss.
It's a cap. I've stayed here longer than I have in a while. All this going on. Should probably travel again soon. I suppose I have a question for you. She glares at you. Like, I didn't want to have to ask this again.
Kadarin seems amused.
Which makes her more irritated.
Your
She's
question?
gonna hand you a piece of paper. I joked about this in chat last week, but she's gonna do it. This is the most random move. And a quill. It's like a folded up piece of parchment.
What? What do you want me to write on it?
Just read what's on the inside. She's like picks up like kicks some like training dummy stuff away. Like imagine there's a bench, but it's like got all sorts of stuff on it. So she'll just start clearing that off.
He opens the paper.
It says in Brenna's handwriting, "Do you like me? Check yes or no." And then in parentheses in the bottom, like. Not friend like. In parentheses. And then like a second one, like, you know what I mean.
How far away from Kadarin are you?
Less than 10 feet. She give you like a moment to read her note and then wipe
So
off
like
this
within
bench.
melee range.
Yeah,
Like
within melee range.
Yeah.
Within melee range. Yeah.
Not exactly what but yeah,
within stabbing range, depending on, what happens.
No, I think Kadarin would just slide behind you as sneakily as he probably can't. As a non-witcher, spin you around and give you a kiss.
She will melt into it a bit, but then afterwards go, "But you're such a player, I need to hear you say it."
I love you too.
Oh. That was more than she was, like, expecting. Okay.
Now, the portcullis is wide open.
Uh-huh.
How about we get out of here?
Okay. I'm not packed.
I packed your stuff.
You what? What did you see in my room?
I
Okay.
have no idea. I don't think Gavril would have allowed me.
That's okay. I did it for you. And Eleanor will just drop your bag and your swords next to you and like pat Kadar on the shoulder and walk out the portcullis.
Okay.
Whistling.
Okay.
So grab your horse.
Did she see in my room? Right, I'll get confidant. Where are we going?
I don't know. I was thinking Skellige. If it's too cold or wet, we can go to Ophir.
All right. These are a lot of places I've never been.
There's Nazaire.
Okay.
I mean, it depends. North, south, east, west. It's not like distances are going to matter.
It's been a while since I've not had a very specific destination in mind. Can we take a boat?